currently work as a junior researcher. So I want to start my presentation with a quote. Nowadays, people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. This quote makes us reflect on what we value, and often in our fastly urbanizing world, the price of development overshadows the value of nature. However, we all know that nature brings a lot of services and benefits that we usually take for granted. Take, for example, ecosystem services. They are usually coming in four main types. Provisioning services are the direct benefits we get from the nature, such as food, water, timber, raw materials, etc. Regulating services are the controlling processes of nature, such as air and water quality, climate, nutrient cycles, etc. Cultural services, which is the focus of my thesis, are non-material benefits that we get from our connection to nature, such as aesthetic, spiritual, educational, recreational. They have highly effect on our well-being, however, because they don't have established monetary value attached to them, we tend to take them for granted. And lastly, supporting services is fundamental to all the other services, but our focus is cultural resistant services and to add, to evaluate it, so add monetary value to them, try to do it. And the next concept, which is highly interlinked with ecosystem services, is nature-based solutions. European Union defines nature-based solutions as innovative approaches that uses cover of nature to address societal challenges while simultaneously providing environmental, social, and economic services. However, in this case, when we are talking about nature-based solutions as an umbrella term, we are not solely focused on infrastructure point of view. In this case, we are more focused on management and planning of nature-based solutions in an urban context. In order to do so, we need to integrate ecosystem services into our planning, in this case, the cities, and in order to do that, we need, to have a monetary value so that they are being included in our economy. The other pillar for doing that is people, the communities, and we need to empower communities to collaborate in gathering data and improving their environmental understanding, so they are helping in decision making. They can come in some strategies which are co-creating these solutions with the communities. They can come in strategies such as citizen science project, participatory planning, community-based monitoring, and educational and outreach. And overall, the focus of them all is to empower the communities by disseminating the knowledge and including their perspectives in our decision making. Therefore, they are having accountability to solve their own local needs and participate. So, for my thesis, the nature-based solution that I'm focusing is green urban spaces, and no need to say how much we benefit from green urban spaces, such as mental health benefits, and also the cities itself are benefiting it from, such as noise and air pollution reduction and biodiversity conservation, etc. So I put in the framework the concepts I introduced. So the goal is to add monetary value to the cultural ecosystem services that nature-based solutions are providing. In order to do that, one method is to ask directly the citizens how much they would pay for example, a service that they get from their connection to the nature. So it comes to the decision making and comes back to the funding of projects and so on. So it comes back to new interventions in urban green spaces. So the case study is Gzira in Malta. Gzira itself has its own urbanizational challenges. In this case, mainly it's about limited green spaces and pedestrian zones. And the other one is because it's in between two main cities, there is highly traffic and there are a lot of air and noise pollution, which affects the community well-being. In order to do that, VARCITIES project has tailored three visionary solutions. The first one is a participatory design process with the residents, so they are empowering the residents to green their own balconies. And the second one is handling sensors of air and noise pollution to the citizens, so they are aware of the amount of air and noise pollution in the city and taking preventive actions, or also changing their behavior to the sustainable one. For example, instead of taking a bike that day, so it increases their awareness. And lastly, it's a school that they are doing a co-created community garden project, which can connect the neighbors, can also timber, which has an established monetary value in the market, and for example, feeling good after walking in the park doesn't have an established monetary value attached to it. So when we compare these two, it's not make a lot of sense, but having the monetary value attached to them makes us advocate for nature in the funding of projects, or to advocate for the benefits that actually society are getting. And so very fast going about how I choose the methodology, I use total economic value framework, and in non-market valuation methods, I use stated preference methods, and then choice modeling and choice experiments. And very fast going towards the structure of the stated preference method is the survey-based method. The anatomy is looking like, so first purpose of the survey, and then you have some questions about asking the users, in this case citizens, how much they are using these services, how much they go to the park in my case. And for example, then we have like 8 to 12 choice sets. In my case, there is 10, which I will come to the how it looks. And then some attitudinal questions: how much they value their own health and well-being, how much they are valuing cooperation with the local government, and so on. And the last is some general socioeconomic characteristic questions. And the choice card anatomy looks like this. Option 3 has always the same as today, and with no monetary value attached to it. However, option 1 and option 2 are keep changing. And the attributes and the levels are connected to the visionary solutions I mentioned. I will say more. So the stage of choice modeling in general is I did literature review, I had the visionary solutions of the project, so I translated them to the attributes and some levels, and in our package of support.ces, which is a package for choice modeling, I optimized and designed, and that's the choose 10 choice cards, and then published it, and then analyzed it again in the same package. The goal is to get something like willingness to pay. So in the end, what you get from this kind of analysis is like, how much are you willing to pay for having feeling good after walking in the park? So this is the aim that you get at the end of it. And the steps are more the same what I told you, and my choice cards are looking something like this. There are 10 of them. As you see, the option 3 is always same as today, with 0 monetary attached to them, and there are some attributes and some levels which are keep changing. At the end, I get the result from their choices and trade-offs. So the attributes I chose which are connected to the visionary solution are 5 of them, and 3 of them had 3 levels. So listening, vocability, cultural and artistic activities, and educational training had 3 levels, and levels are increasing with the complexity. For example, in the case of listening vocability, level 1 is same as today, level 2 is a bit adding greening to the street, and the level 3 is like having so much greenery, for example. But recreational value and cycling facilities have 2 levels. So level 1 means non-existence, same as today, and the level 2 is existence of it. So very fast I go towards how the process of designing these choice cards are. This package of support CS, which is for choice modeling, are using orthogonal fractional vectorial design to optimize the choice, like two options together, so they make sense. And after that, they gave me so it's automatically done in the package, and gave me 36 choice cards. And after removing redundancy and weak dominance, I chose 10 of them, and I randomized it and included it in the survey. And then the next step is collecting response, and then I should reshape the data again to the one that the R package accepts, and then choosing an econometric model, which mine is a random utility model. And so at the end, it gives me something like that, because I asked twice from them to choose best and worst. So I had double data to analyze, and I got the net value from them. So in my case, the respondents value Gzira, Malta, and directly interact with the locals. And yeah, publish my survey there. And these are videos of the VARCITIES project. They published in YouTube. And from our engagement with the locals, and these results are representative, and I'm currently working on an article to publish it. And this project is innovative in the sense that it implements nature-based solutions and it evaluates it, and at the end, this kind of willingness to pay goes to the framework of social return on investment of the project, and it's innovative because it's a stepstone for next urban projects, and they are analyzing of the social benefits of, for example, such projects. Thank you very much. You can see my Excel that I use for my thesis in GitHub, and you can find me in LinkedIn and Thank you very much.
Change this, the target was different. The sort of, let's say, how do you change the structure? In other words, is the structure of the survey dependent or independent of the specific topic?
It's not dependent of the topic. It's a user experience kind of research. So in any case, like it's been done before, mostly in, you can see in softwares, or like you see even in Ryanair, they ask you, would you add like, would you choose your seat? Do you want to add like, I don't know, your meal? These kind of things are choice experiments as well. The innovative part is including it into